The steady drumbeat of coronavirus-related health and safety news cropping up throughout the NBA can make it hard to keep up with who's in, who's out and even who's quarantining in which city. On Thursday, the league announced that 4 positive coronavirus results emerged from the 498 NBA players tested since December 30th. A few hours later, news broke that Philadelphia guard Seth Curry tested positive shortly after the 76ers game began in Brooklyn. Before the team reportedly became aware of Curry's positive test, he spent the first quarter of the game, which he missed with ankle soreness, on the bench, wearing a mask and seated near All-Star big man Joel Embiid and assistant Sam Cassell, the former Clippers coach. So, as of Friday evening, Philadelphia, which will need 8 healthy players for Saturday's game against Denver to be played, had just 6 players not listed on the injury report. Everyone else was questionable under the health and safety rules, and Curry was out, as were Terrance Ferguson and Mike Scott, out with personal and knee issues, respectively. Boston, Brooklyn, Chicago, Dallas and Denver all also had players listed as out due to the now familiar protocols. That's why Clippers coach Tyronn Lue has been preaching adaptability this season, which is being played during a COVID-19 pandemic that is showing no signs of letting up. In LA County, health officials reported 313 new cases of the coronavirus on Friday and an all-time high of 318 new deaths linked to the disease. In that spirit, before Friday's game against Golden State, Lue said, "No, all the unpredictability doesn't give him pause about completing the season. All we can do is worry about what is happening now and continue to follow protocol that the NBA has put in place," said Lue, whose team has had to do without 7 members of its support staff after a positive test sent them into quarantine last weekend. "It is a tough situation because you can do all the right things and still catch the COVID. We are just want to continue to do the right thing, do everything we are supposed to do and see what happens and go from there." Warriors coach Steve Kerr said he regularly stresses being vigilant to his team, which dealt with a pair of positive coronavirus cases during training camp. "I reminded the guys the other night that there are players in the league now who have gone into quarantine who have already had the virus, and that's known publicly. So we just want to make sure our players are aware of that too. I mean, the guidelines are very strict, whether you've had the virus or not. It's very important for all of us to understand those guidelines, so we frequently bring them up after practice. Among them, coaches must wear masks on the sideline, which even the adaptable Lue admitted can be challenging.